Symphony in D major by English composer William Herschel, who gave up his day job as a musician to spend his nights stargazing through a homemade telescope. This performance by Nota Bene Period Orchestra is part of a special program called Music of the Stars. Artistic Director Borys Medicky explains.
Today's program is in collaboration with the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada's Kitchener-Waterloo chapter. And the concert idea, actually several years old, comes from Trevor Ewart, who is a member of the orchestra and also was a keen amateur astronomer and a member of the RASC local chapter.
Now, I certainly knew the name William Herschel as one of the most influential figures in 18th century astronomy. His discovery of the planet Uranus is well documented, as are his catalogues of stars and nebulas. But who was this William Herschel, the composer of symphonies? Well, it wasn't until the end of the program that the announcer came back on air and indicated that Herschel the astronomer and Herschel the composer were indeed the same person. And that is when the kernel of an idea for this afternoon's concert was born.
Astronomer Douglas Bates describes Herschel's scientific legacy.
As you may have guessed from what Trevor has said, Herschel had a very busy day job as a musician. Given that he was soon devoting his nights to astronomy, like he said, it's hard to determine when and if he ever slept. He is known by some as the father of modern astronomy, and in what follows, it's my privilege to introduce you to some of his achievements. He not only designed and built single-handedly some of the largest telescopes the world had ever seen, but he was a pioneer and trendsetter in observational techniques and discoveries.
A unique scientist whose music is an appropriate choice for Nota Bene. A small orchestra with its own niche, says Medicky.
What in my mind makes it significant is that it's looking at a corner of the repertoire which is not that often programmed by either mainstream symphony orchestras or even by groups like the Tafelmusik Orchestra in Toronto. We're interested in doing some of the slightly smaller chamber orchestra works. Our focus is on Baroque music, which loosely speaking is from about 1600 to about 1750.
Medicky is also much in demand as a harpsichord performer.
It's an important thing, though. It may not be that common, but every chamber orchestra, every chamber ensemble, just about anything that is Baroque requires some kind of keyboard playing accompaniment in it. So even if there aren't a lot of people, the need is there, and those people tend to be pretty busy.
Music of the Stars, Nota Bene Period Orchestra.